I have a question in regards to my finances.
Well, that is the only thing we're not going to talk about today. There is so little interest in that subject.
Last year, I actually went through a process of losing quite a bit of weight. I lost about 16 kilograms last year, and I found it quite easy. What my question is I would also like to find that ease with my finances and to be able to have that natural flow so that I can achieve that vibrational realization.
Well, now stop for just a moment, and we appreciate your words, and we know that it's always helpful when you're asking a question to lay it out in a way that everyone understands it. But we want you to think about what you just presented grid-wise to the universe. What did you really just say? That was easy, but this isn't. And this thing that isn't easy, I would like it to be easy, this thing that isn't easy. And there are other things that are easy, but this isn't one of them. This is not one of the easy things. This is a difficult thing. In fact, it's so difficult that I can compare it with almost everything else in my life. And almost everything else in my life is way easier than this thing that isn't easy. And if you would let me go on for a little bit, Abraham, I would like to explain to you that I think I represent a good portion of the population, because almost everyone I talk to is not having an easy time either. And we say, you're practicing a grid. You're practicing a grid by facing reality. And we sort of want to shake you all loose from that facing reality. We know your perception is so good, and there isn't anything that causes you to face reality more. Well, there are two things. Moving around in your physical body certainly is one of them, because you sort of kind of mostly take it everywhere you go. And money is something that affects you really a lot too, because it's tied into so many of the things that you are doing. But can you see how, we're talking not just to you but to so many, can you see how you have an opinion about money? An opinion is a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. It's just a grid you keep practicing that you don't need to practice. It's like, I need to face reality. Granted, Abraham, it's the reality I don't want to live, is the reality I don't want to perpetuate, is the reality I would like to leave behind me, but still, I think it's important to keep facing this reality. And we say, we wouldn't offer another word about a reality that we didn't want to keep repeating, because every time you repeat the reality that you don't want to keep repeating, you practice your grid, and you stand there as this point of attraction, and law of attraction says, well, here you go. Here's some more of the thing that you don't want. This is what you're asking for, and so here's more of it. You can change it, but for now, here's what you're asking for. It is the hot seat, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And everyone's appreciating your very articulate presentation here, and they're appreciating you being the object of attention as we are climbing your tree about this. But would you like to practice a different grid?
Yes.
And do you think that you have to practice the grid about the thing that you want? We're asking all of you. In order to get something that you want, do you have to practice the grid about that subject? No. You just have to stop practicing the grid that prevents it from coming. Did you hear us earlier when we said, sifting through the contrast, you've filled your vortex full of abundance. Step 1 is done. You don't have to go back and keep doing that. Step 2 has been taken care of too. All of the circumstances and events for the abundance, more than you will ever be able to spend in this physical lifetime, have been gathered for you. So step 1 and step 2 are done. What's step 3? Think about anything that doesn't block it. Oh, I think I'll think about money. Now, you could think about money. There are a lot of people that think about money who get plenty of money. And you think that the reason that they get plenty of money is because they've got plenty of money. But that's not why. Oh, it is easier to keep it going once it's coming. But it's the vibrational reality that you're wanting to focus upon. Every subject is really two subjects. You sort of get that? On one end of the stick is what's wanted, and on the other end of the stick is the absence of it. So when you talk about a subject like money, you activate it right where you've left it, unless you're really good at going general enough that you can move the vibration of it, you see.